2024 is almost over, and there's something I just haven't been able to do all year, and that is go up to a 4 gauge. So let's see if I am successful before 2025. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Fayrin. I use them pronouns, and I am so excited to attempt to go up to 4 gauge. I hope my ears are ready. My doll channel is linked down below. Let's get to it. So, I purchased 5 gauge plugs back in September, and so my ears have been at a 5 gauge for about 3 months. It's currently December 21st when I'm filming this. You'll be seeing this in 2025, but I have had them in my ears for about 3 months. And while I did have a situation last week where my ear was really hurting, so I took out the 5 gauge, left them out for 12 hours, and then put in 6 gauge for a day, and then went back to the 5 gauge very successfully. It was like no issues. I think my ear was just sore. I don't know what happened. Maybe I laid on it really bad. I don't know. So hopefully it doesn't affect the ear stretching if I'm going to be successful or not in this ear. This ear is totally chill, which is interesting because this is the one with the scar on it. So, and what else? I lost the backs to the 5 gauge. Lost the backs a long time ago, probably within the first month. And how have I been keeping these in my ears the whole time? I have these little rubber bands. This is my little pro tip for you. These little tiny rubber bands, if you tie them up a couple times, they kind of act as backs. And you can get like a bunch of these for pretty cheap. And once, yeah, that's my solution. Sometimes they do fall off, but these have been on the back of my ears for at least a week, and it's been fine. But that's my tip for you for this video. Use rubber bands. It's harder when the plugs are smaller, so I would suggest maybe 6 gauge is the smallest I would go with using these little guys, because it's just a lot easier, because you don't, too many of these little wraparounds may make it more difficult I don't know, issues with your ear. I'm not a doctor, so I do maybe 3 or 4 times with these, with the 5s. That's just my tip on keeping them in. What I might end up doing is put these back on when I put the 4s in, if I'm successful. We're gonna try with this ear first, so I already took the rubber band off. I hope I'm successful. Okay. I have a washcloth here that's gonna get it clean the plug off. If one ear's ready, that ear's gonna go up, and we'll just wait for the other ear to get ready. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, that's exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yay. That worked. Let's hurry up and put the back on before I change his mind. I've been trying to go up all year since March, and I didn't have too many attempts, but I was still unsuccessful in my attempts. Because it was March, July, September, or August, one of those. Okay. I am so happy. I didn't want to wait till next year to do it. I wanted to do it before the end of the year. Like, I've been trying all year to go up a size, and I think if I would have bought the 5 gauges back in March, by July I probably would have been at a 4 gauge, and then I could have been working on getting a 3 gauge. But we did it, you know. We finally went up a size. I'm very happy, and this video is gonna be coming out after the 5 gauge ones. So that one will have the link to this, but I will leave a link to the 5 gauges. And I'm pretty sure it's Body Art Forms that I got them from. And I like their plugs. They're really nice quality. I am glad that the ear stretch was successful, so we don't have to end 2024 on another fail. I have got my ears pierced beginning of 2023. It's the end of 2024, but by the time this comes out, it will be like 2 years since I got my ears pierced and started my ear stretching journey, and I'm not yet at my goal size, which is fine. Slow and steady wins the race, and I'm glad that I'm taking it slow so we have no issues, and knowing when my ears are ready and not is great. I like the half sizes. Getting a half size is good because because my ears were at a 6 gauge for a long time, from the beginning of the year until September, and they still were not ready for the 4 gauges. And so getting that half size helped a lot, and if I had gotten it back in March, I would have been probably at a 3 gauge by now. Or, yeah, let's see. Or a 2 gauge. So I really am going to be getting half sizes from now on because they're going to be helpful in my journey, because I don't want to do another year where I'm at one size the whole time. It's been 2 years since I've gotten my ears pierced and started this whole journey, and I spent most of this year at a 6 gauge. And it's fine to be slow and steady. I'm not rushing it, but at the same time, 9 months with the same size is a long time. And I know my ears were ready to do something. They just weren't fully ready for 4. And so having that half size in there, my ears had no issues going to that half size. and now they have no issues going to 4 gauge. And beginning of the year, March, they weren't going to do that. They weren't ready for it. And so moving slow and steady, but also getting half sizes is helpful. And also get yourself some tiny little rubber bands, because they are good for keeping the plugs in whenever you lose the backs. So those are my tips. Get yourself a half size. No shame in a half size. I am so happy this ear stretch was successful. I think the half size method is best for me. I know with the taping method, it works for a lot of people and they recommend it. I know there's a lot of upkeep with that personally. Like, you have to swap out the tape every now and then, and you have to remember how many rounds you did and make sure you do the same tension for one ear to do the other one, and every single time you do it. And that was very technical, and I know that I would mess that up and then it will cause me more issues later on. So I'm just going to go the half size method. It seems easier for me, and I'm using glass plugs for the stretch, and the whole bacteria, like, I can just take them out and easily clean them and then put them back in and keep things easier for me, and I'd rather do that personally. But if you want to do the tape method, hey, do what you do. If that's what you're comfortable with, I have no issues with that. I'm just going to be going a different route and doing the half sizes. It's going to cost me more money, but I think it's worth it, because this is the second time I've had my ears pierced, and I'm not going to get them pierced a third time, and this is a different hole entirely. I'm not going to be doing it in that same area. I'm going to call it, we're just going to call it and saying, we're not meant to have them, and be okay with that. So I'm going slow and steady, and we're just going to wait patiently and then go half a size. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be attempting to go up half a size. I want to wait at least a month, but we might wait 2 months, 3 months, maybe pushing it for my patients. Especially since I feel like I'm behind. I'm not, but I am, because I spent 9 months at size 6. So we're gonna just see. We're gonna be patient, of course, but I do want to get 3 gauge for the next time I go up and just be ready to swap them out. And so that is the plan. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!